It feels like we've seen this story before as Oklahoma City lost to the Dallas Mavericks 121-119. And especially on the night of the City Edition jerseys, it was just tough to watch. PJ Washington once again had a great game. I don't know what's happened with him. Maybe the PJ stands for Prime Jordan whenever he plays Oklahoma City because we can't figure out a way to stop him no matter what. He's been off to a horrible start to the season, but yet when he came to OKC, all of a sudden his shooting problems went away. He went 10 of 10 at the free throw line. When on the season, he was 3 of 8. Went 3 of 4 from deep tonight as well, when he was barely making any three ball to save his life originally. And he scored 33% of his season points tonight against Oklahoma City. It was insane. But however, I will say this. I am not mad about the outcome. I'm not. Not at all. I'm trying to keep in my mind and stay positive that, look, we lost by 2. Yes, the Mavericks were without Luka Doncic. We were without Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, Jalen Williams right there. And then Isaiah Joe left the game due to an injury as well. Mark Daigneault talked about it afterwards. It's nothing serious, all right? Same with Alex Caruso. It's nothing serious either. We're about to get Hartenstein and Will back as well. So it's like one of those things where, like, we're going to be fine when we play them again. I don't know when we have them next on our schedule, but we're going to be fine. We lost by 2 to a Mavs team that was only without Luka Doncic. With Luka, they probably win by 15 tonight. But with 2 of Chet, Hartenstein, Will, or Caruso, we probably win this game. I am confident about that. So I am not mad about it at all. However, there are performances we got to look at, as there were some great performances, then some not so great performances from both teams, but really the Thunder. We're going to look at that, break it down, what I gave you, what I saw. Going to give you guys that, and in-depth analysis. Before we get into that, though, just want to say that if you enjoy the content and you want to support the channel but you don't know how, the best way to support is just to hit the subscribe button. That's all I'm asking of you. All right, so if you want to support, or if you enjoy the content, you find yourself coming back on a regular basis, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me over here at Thunder Digest. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this game. As, like I mentioned, it was just insane. All right, going to the box scores immediately, okay? We'll start with the Mavericks. We'll start with the Mavericks since they won and they were the away team, okay? PJ Washington, he only played 26 minutes, but he went 7 of 13 from the field with 27 points and 17 rebounds. That is absurd. He just goes off against us for whatever reason. He looked like prime Reggie Miller out there just killing the Thunder. He did it in the playoffs last year as well. It's like he sells his soul just to beat Oklahoma City. I don't know what's up with it. I really don't. Derek Lively, and I will say this about Derek Lively, I really like him. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to front it to you guys. I know a bunch of fans hate him. Blah, 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 blah. He's so corny. Blah, blah, blah. He's not even that good. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he doesn't have all that much potential. I think he has potential. Not like all-star potential, but starting center on a championship contender potential, where a bunch of teams are always going to be vying for him and try to either trade or sign him. He has that kind of potential, all right, where he can be a really good role player for years and years to come. Tonight, he didn't do much besides, defensively kind of be there to clog the paint and force us to kind of take outside shots, which we weren't really knocking down at a high clip tonight. But overall, solid outing from him. Kyrie Irving, he was hitting some insane shots. Yes, he had minus 4 in the plus minus right there, but there were some insane shots he was just throwing up that were falling. Great defense by like Dort and Cason Wallace on him, even Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but yet he couldn't even see the bucket. He'd just throw it up and it would fall. Insane shots by him. All right, he finished with 23 points and 6 assists there. Klay Thompson, he couldn't shoot at all. I actually said that our arena was going to finish ahead of schedule to the amount of bricks he was putting up in OKC tonight. And it didn't really, affect us at all. All right, they still came away with the victory. He went 1 of 11, 1 of 8 from deep. Okay, whatever. Quentin Grimes, decent outing from him. He didn't really do much. He was just kind of all over the place. Maxi Kleber, he didn't do much either. Najee Marshall offensively looked solid. Defensively, I felt like we were cutting him up the entire night. He's a good defender. He just doesn't really know how to defend OKC. We saw it when we played the Pelicans in the first round last year as well. Dwight Powell, not much. Daniel Gafford, decent outing from him. Just overall, they had decent outings from a lot of people besides like 2 players tonight. It was just PJ Washington and Kyrie did enough where they kind of killed us, all right? And you got to remind, got to remind you guys, got to remember that we're without any centers. They're going to eat us up down low and in the paint. Like, look at this. They had 53 boards, 18 offensive rebounds. Like, that's absurd. They also shot it very well due to the fact that they kept on getting offensive boards, so they get high, second chance opportunities there. 47% from the field, 40% from deep, and then 83% from the free throw line. We did force 16 turnovers, so keep that in mind. We're still forcing a lot of turnovers. But look at the free throw stats here. Keep in mind, they shot 36 free throws. And this goes into something I talked about in a previous video, how we aren't really getting a ton of foul calls right now, all right? And I get it, we play a little bit physical. I read the comments, don't worry. We play more physical than a bunch of other people, but it's the fact that we lead the league in drives per game, but yet we rank 29th in free throws per game. That's what bugs me. So they had 36. Well, Bryson, what did OKC have? Well, look at this. We only had 25. Only had 25. When we look back at replays, and there would be a lot of foul calls that were just missed by the officials tonight that would help out OKC. If we got 2 more calls, we win. I don't want to put the blame entirely on the refs, as there are things we could have done better. We could have hit 2 more free throws. We could have hit, 2 or 3 more three-pointers, 2 or 3 more shots, could have rebounded better. There's a lot of things that we truly could have done better, all right? But overall, it was a decent outing by a lot of guys. I'm not entirely mad. I'm not, all right? Overall, solid performance by a bunch of guys. J-Dub, he went 11-17 tonight. He really showed up in the fourth quarter, bringing us back in there. 3 of 6 from deep, along with 5 boards, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. But he did have 5 fouls, so he's kind of limited, especially in that first quarter as he picked up 2 early on. 27 points is what he finished the night with. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continuing his MVP case there. 13 and 19 from the field. He did knock down a clutch three-pointer. I want to see him shoot more threes. Maybe we would have won the game if he shot 2 or 3 more threes and knocked 1 more down. I don't know. 9 of 11 from the free throw line, getting to the line, converting. Some of that was the fact that we were putting the bonus, I think, for like 4 or 5 minutes of the game, and so they would foul him, along with the technical free throw. 36 points is what he finished with, along with 2 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Great performance by him. He's building up his MVP case even in a loss tonight. Isaiah Joe did not shoot it great. He didn't really shoot the 3-ball great. Defensively, he was kind of there. He is dishing it very well. He did go down with an injury. He's going to be fine, according to Mark Daigneault. Maybe if he played, if he didn't get injured, maybe we win that game. Maybe he knocks down 1 more 3 for us. That was a miss by one of our other guys. It'd be interesting to see. Aaron Wiggins, not a great game from him at all. I'm gonna be honest about that. All right, he was a dud this game. Yes, he had 5 rebounds. All right, but he also, went 2 of 9 from the field. 1 more bucket from him that he makes, and we win the game. That's simple, all right? He just has to shoot it better, and we win that game, all right? 7 points from him. Lou Dort, I can't complain. 5 of 10, 4 of 9 from deep. He's really impressed me with his 3-point shot. 18 points defensively, doing everything they can. Like I mentioned, Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington were just hitting some insane shots that, you can't do much about. Great defense by them. They just, they were falling for some reason. Off the bench, Dylan Jones, insane performance by him. Best that we've seen him play throughout this whole year. 12 points, 3 assists, 2 boards. He went 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. His 3-point shot was looking nice. We'll take that. Ousmane Dieng only got 2 minutes. Maybe if we played him, maybe if he had more, time to shine, maybe. I don't know. Can't really tell with that. Kenrich Williams, 18 minutes, didn't shoot it very well either. Defensively, doing all the little stuff right, getting steals, taking charge here. Passing the ball well, overall being, a, decent guy, a decent role player out there. Cason Wallace couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Being honest about that as well. I don't know where his 3-point shot went, but he needs to find it, all right? His lack of shooting tonight was also one of the main reasons we lost. If Cason Wallace does what he usually does and knocks down 1 or 2 threes a game, we win, all right? Like I mentioned, there's just so many little things. I can't pin the loss on one guy. Everyone could have done something a little bit better, but just looking down here, Cason Wallace, if he shot the ball better, we win that game. Defensively, he was still playing great, but he does need to shoot it better. And then A.J. Mitchell, once again, he needs to shoot it better as well. Didn't knock down a single 3-pointer, but he's doing everything else well, so I can't complain much about him. But like I mentioned, if he shoots it better, we win that game. But like I mentioned, 25 free throws compared to 36. Like I said, calls that we weren't getting, that the Mavericks would get. But you could also say it for both ways, you could say it for both ways if you want. They got in the bonus a little bit earlier, so of course they're going to have more free throws. They were up late in the game, so of course they're going to have more free throws as we were just trying to conserve time. 49% from the field, I'll take that. That's great shooting numbers, but the 3-point numbers need to increase. We cannot go 14 to 42. If anything, we need to go 17 to 42, 18 to 42. We need to make a few more threes, all right? We also need to rebound better. That's going to be solved once we get Isaiah Hartenstein back, along with J. Will back. That will be a problem solved. 11 steals, we'll take that. 5 blocks, and only 6 turnovers. overall, it's not a bad game. It's not. I'm trying to stay positive here. It wasn't a bad game, and I'm keeping you guys long enough for this. It truly was not a bad game. I can't complain much. Everyone was doing something very well besides, Aaron Wiggins and Cason Wallace not shooting the ball well at all. Like I mentioned, couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. All right? It was bad. It was bad. However, they were making up for it on the other end of the court, so I can't complain all that much. I truly can't. It was a great game, truly one of the best basketball games I've watched in a while. OKC fans, there's no reason to panic. I get it. We lost to the Mavericks. I hate losing to Dallas as well. I don't like it, all right? Because I get it. There are a bunch of Cowboys fans as well, and so they're going to be arrogant and cocky after a win or even a loss, all right? But we can't get mad about this. Great performance by a lot of guys. Shai and Dub went off with one of our centers back and healthy. We win this game, all right? With two guys back, even with them having Luka healthy, we win this game. I can't wait for the healthy series against the Dallas Mavericks, even if it's in the playoffs, all right? I cannot wait for that. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what your guys' personal thoughts are over this game. As like I mentioned, I'm not too mad, but if you guys are upset and frustrated, let me know why, and I can try to see where you're coming from, or maybe even learn something from you guys. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.